Hey everybody, this is Gainer Milky, and this is the Conscious Success Plan where we are upskilling for life. And our life model for conscious success expands into love, identity, family, and enterprise. Today I want to talk about family and kids. I'm a conscious parenting coach certified by Oprah's favorite parenting expert, Dr. Shafali. And that training has given me a whole different perspective on how to help parents with their kids and really breaking things down into how a parent shows up and the impact that it has on their child, but also some of the fears that parents have for their kids in the day to day. And one of them, not surprisingly, is when your child doesn't have a lot of friends, or maybe they have a lot of friends, but they're not the right type of friends. I know teaching your kids how to have a friend filter when they're younger will also help them as they navigate, you know, relationships in different areas of their life later too. So I think this is especially true to teach our kids that we can be kind to everybody and we can try to help people, but not at our own expense. And that not every person is the type of person who's going to be a friend. They might be a acquaintance, they might be a colleague, they might be, a classmate, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to be a friend that you allow to get close. If you're at school, you can enjoy the company of somebody and not shun them. Of course, we don't want anybody to segregate other kids, but you can also give your kids some language so that they can feel empowered to invite the people who they want into their friend circle without feeling bad about it or making the other person feel bad. So, one of the things that we hear a lot with kids, and, this can be something that parents also get upset about, is when, kids don't get invited to a birthday party or an event, what do you do? And one of the, you know, things that you can tell your child is that, you know, everybody has, special times in their lives, and usually there's only so much room, but you can, still feel good about the fact that you can give good wishes to your friend and wish them a happy birthday party, and maybe that will spur the other person just to feel less like they're segregating people. And when kids are notoriously kind of mean about some of these things, if you're not invited, you can feel very left out, especially if it's kind of made an announcement. It's helping your child see that you know not everybody is going to be a friend that you invite to a party. It could be an acquaintance, and make them think about, or ask them to think about, some of the kids in their class that they wouldn't necessarily invite to their birthday party, and how it's not a reflection on you. It's just, everybody picks who they want to come to their party, and they'll have the opportunity to do so as well. And then, you can try to distract them from focusing on that, let them feel the feelings, and maybe they draw a picture. They could make, a birthday card for somebody else or that friend, but allow them to feel those feelings of being disappointed and hurt, taught through them, and then saying, what are we going to do instead? So that you allow them to be validated and then come up with a plan for a way to feel better about the situation. So I think those are some actionable steps that you can take. and that maybe they have a birthday party at home for one of their pets or somebody in their family, or you have a tea party, or shoot Nerf Nerf darts in the backyard, or do something that's fun, make a meal together, so that the focus is not on what didn't happen and the lack, it's on all of the abundance that they have around them. So I think that's important, but also teaching kids, friend filters so that they don't feel like everybody has to be a friend, otherwise they're not worthy. But we can be kind and gentle with people and say, I'm going to, at recess, for example, play with somebody else right now, but let's see if we can get back together in a few minutes. Or you can ask your child, well, what do you think would be the right thing to say? And work through those scenarios so that they're having the self-agency and the self-leadership to make those decisions. And if it brings up a lot for you as a parent that your child is not invited to a certain event or didn't make it onto a team, something like that, just remember, if it's not bothering your child, then that's the ultimate um, really litmus test of whether it's something that should really be bothering you. And you might want to think about, why is it bothering you? Is it the fact that you weren't picked for something and maybe work through those feelings? Or, that you want your child to be the most popular and maybe that's just not who they're going to be. So some food for thought there about friend filters and handling, you know, festivities where not everybody is included, and managing through those emotions, validating them, and making sure that everybody feels um, that they're worthy, but um, that they also may at times be excluding people and not necessarily realize it. So it also invites that opportunity to have some empathy as well.